Today's topic again, like I said, we're continuing with Father's Day. So we're going to talk about a few more things, some things that we already talked about, some new things. So today I thought we'll talk about the fact that the father is the male figure in our life who really, really wants us to do better than him. Okay, so any other male figure in our life, whether it's a friend or an uncle or a grandfather or whatever, whoever it may be, they're not going to want us to be better than them without facing some form of envy. But our father, our biological father, is one person who really, really, really wants us to do better, be better than we are, right? Sometimes, unfortunately, the way the fathers go about doing this is a little harsh. So what ends up happening is that instead of feeling motivated, we end up feeling demotivated. It's like, oh, this is good, but you could have done it this way. Or sometimes, the father doesn't even acknowledge the fact that what we did was good. It's like straight, oh, you could have done it this way, or you could have done it that way, right? So that's also because, historically, I think fathers have been a little stoic in their approach. My father was not like that, but anyway, the feeling of wanting your child to do better often encourages the father. Mentally, he's trying to give us advice that sometimes we don't really want. Okay, so this creates sometimes a conflict, and especially if this happens between the ages of 13 upwards, then there is often a lot of conflict that gets created at that time, and sometimes it takes us some time to overcome that. So today I thought, when we do the forgiveness prayer with our father, let's just close our eyes for a second. Let's just reflect back at the time, when we were teenagers. So 13 is when the hormones start to, do their little dance. And it's when puberty comes in for most of us, if it hasn't come in already, and the hormones really begin to dance. So just think back, between the ages of 13 to, let's say, 19, something that happened which may have altered your relationship with your father. And let's work on that specifically today. The reason I'm going back into childhood is that because certain patterns, this is again, as we learn in Pranic Healing, that certain patterns keep getting repeated till we resolve them. And sometimes we think that, talking is the way to do it. Yes, talking is definitely useful. Counseling is very, very useful. But it's also important to forgive at the energy level, because it's like when we forgive at the energy level, we are actually creating the base for the conversation to actually proceed. So let me put it this way. If you were to plant a bunch of seeds and the soil is kind of hard and, not receptive, the soil is very hard. Even if you drop a lot of good seeds, the chances that there'll be a plant is very slim. However, if you plant some seeds in a place where the soil is a little soft, where there's a little bit of water, by water I'm equating it to emotion, where there's a little bit of air, so you can equate the air with thoughts, good thoughts, and of course there is the earth, which provides the ground prana. So if we plant the seed of forgiveness first using the energy techniques, then we've kind of, made the land more fertile. And then when we plant a seed, let's say we want to communicate something to our parent, all of us have these perceived injustices. So whether it is or is not injustice is not something that, I can sit here and advise you on, not that I want to, but, it's important to have that communication. And sometimes to build that communication, you have to first, smoothen the ground on which you're going to sow the seed of that conversation. So for that conversation to be productive, it's a good idea to have the groundwork laid down. So that's what we're going to do in the forgiveness prayer today. So I'd like you to just take a minute, think of something that may have happened. If you don't have any incident that you can think of between the ages of 13 to 19, that's okay. If you can think of something more recent, that's also okay. The reason for that is sometimes you may find that the recent event is actually related to something in your past. But we won't get into that right now. Right now, let's think of something that we would like to forgive our parents for, that we wish they hadn't done. Okay? And yeah. And also think of something that you wish to be forgiven for, because that's also important. So we just have, 1 minute for that. Okay, now let's raise our hands in blessing position. Let's visualize our parent, our father in front of us. Let's be aware of our crown, which is activated after the Twin Hearts meditation. Let's be aware of our heart and our hands. First, let's project some beautiful pink energy from our heart to our parent, to our father. Okay? Project the energy, open up your heart, try to smile. If you can't smile, they know where the problem is, but it's okay, still try. Try to smile. Force the smile, okay? That's the only time we ask you to force anything is the smile. Okay, now let's bless. Let's visualize the physical body in front of us. If your parent has left the body, that's okay. You can still do the forgiveness prayer with them. Let us say, dear Papa, or dear Dad, or however you address your father. I, the soul, salute the divinity within you. I, the soul, am aware that we are all parts of the same universe. I, the soul, respect you. I, the soul, forgive you for the hurt that you caused me when I was young. Perhaps I did not understand, or perhaps you did not understand that what you were doing was going to hurt me. I, the soul, salute the divinity within you. I, the soul, respect you. And I, the soul, wish to forgive you. So in case you find that you're really not ready to wish to forgive and you're thinking, no, I don't want to forgive, then perhaps you just want to say, I'm willing to forgive you, or I want to think about forgiving you. So whatever level you may be at, it's okay. We're just making a start. Okay, so the technique works as long as you're willing in some way to sort out this issue. Okay, so I, the soul, salute the divinity in you. I, the soul, love and respect you. I, the soul, am willing to sort out my relationship with you. Inhale slowly, be aware of your crown, be aware of your heart, be aware of your hands. Let's project some more pink, beautiful energy to this soul who is our biological father. Once again, I, the soul, salute the divinity within you, Papa. I, the soul, respect you. I, the soul, forgive you for the mistakes that you made in bringing me up. Now, this is important because those of us who are fathers and have children, remember, the cycle may get repeated if you don't resolve it. So try and resolve it. Now let's do the other way. Dear Papa, I, the soul, salute the divinity within you. I, the soul, respect you. Please forgive me for the hurt that I may have caused you. Please forgive me for not being the way you wanted me to be. I, the soul, salute the divinity within you. I, the soul, want you to forgive me for my mistakes, for my immaturity, for not understanding, and for not having the compassion to understand your advice. One last time, beware of the presence of your father. If you're crying, it's okay, let it go. I, the soul, salute the divinity within you. I, the soul, respect you. Please forgive me for not being exactly the way you wanted me to be. I ask for forgiveness and I forgive you. May there be peace between us. May there be communication between us. We thank you. Feel the energy Feel the peace. Give your parent a salutation of parting, whether it's goodbye or see you later, whatever you want to say. And gently open your eyes. So hopefully you're feeling more at peace. We'll continue to work on the father aspect for a few more days, and hopefully we'll make some progress at the end of the week. Okay. So thank you so much for joining us.